to 13th. He's managed to get past Daniel Ricciardo as well. Adventure, boy's own adventure for Sebastian Vettel this week, and right on board with the Ferrari now, the car ahead of him, Antonio Giovinazzi.
It looks so pedestrian, doesn't it, in the slow corners? They've got no grip at all.
Don't have to. Oh, there's a spin! There's a spin, it's Sergio Perez, who did very well if he managed to avoid the wall, and I don't think he has, because look at the rear wing of the Racing Point, and Perez is out of this race.
Front tyre punctured as well, debris on track. He's away from the racing line. Will they feel the need for a safety car for that? It's going to be a difficult car to recover.
Yes, they do, Martin.
Yes, full safety car then. Full safety car deployed. That'll close the pack up. There's a road there, security road there. We can see his left front is flat. They've got to put men on.
The driver error there.
So Lewis Hamilton's got time here to make a pit stop and still get back out in the lead once again. I'm not sure about his teammate Valtteri Bottas if Mercedes want a double stack. This is what happened then to Sergio Perez. He's behind Kevin Magnussen, and there he goes, sailing, literally, to the other side of the track.
He barely tickled the throttle, did he, coming out of there? He just had no grip at all. No heat in the tyres.
This race at the moment, and I'm told it's raining a little bit down on the pit wall as well at the moment. Here in our little commentary box, high up in the grandstand, overlooking those pit walls, it's absolutely bone dry, and I'm loving the action here. That is Daniel Ricciardo, and that looks like a massive engine problem for the Renault driver, and a visor full of God knows what for Pierre Gasly, who's got ahead of Danny Kvyat.
Yeah, he passed Kvyat in the middle of all of that. Daniel wants to get back to the pits, go and catch his aeroplane or something, because he's not parking it, is he?
No, he's
That'll be a
not.
box of bits when he gets back.
So just as the track's drying out, it's got a bit slippy with everything that's pouring off the back of that Renault, and oh dear for Renault. That's more technical, engine-related worries, and Daniel Ricciardo has, I think, got to the Mercedes-Benz grandstand and pulled over to the side of the track. And Norris has gone off as well on the slicks.
That looks like a technical issue, though, doesn't it? It looks like he's just retiring from the race, no?
Oh, no.
Oh, we got another spinner there while
That's
we're watching
Stroll.
that.
So both drivers going onto the slick tyres, and this is their lap out of the pits.
I've lost power, gear sync's gone, I've lost power.
So Norris has lost power.
Gear sync sounds like it might be hydraulic, doesn't it?
Charles Leclerc coming now round. Oh, Charles Leclerc's gone out, gone right and gone out. Leclerc has gone into the barriers at the penultimate turn, and a second Ferrari in the space of 2 races here in the German Grand Prix has ended up into the barriers. It was Sebastian Vettel last year, it's Charles Leclerc this year, and that car looks beached, and his hopes of a great result this afternoon have slid away, with his car sliding away too.
Just as he was staring at a victory opportunity. It's the same, but he's been over there twice already.
No!
He's just gone on to the slick tyres, and it's still very, very wet in that final part of the circuit. And Charles Leclerc, what desperate luck for him. They're going to pit his teammate again, because we've got a proper safety car, I think, now. The actual safety car has been deployed, not the virtual safety car. Leclerc is utterly furious with himself. So this is out of the Sachs curve. No grip really there. Try and keep off the curves if you can.
Oh, he had that tiny bit of understeer, and now it's just going to skate straight into the barriers. It wasn't exactly pushing that hard, it just snapped to the back. He had to countersteer it to turn into the slide, and now he's on the skating rink, the drag strip. And
Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo and Sergio Perez, I think, was an exhaust issue in the end for Daniel Ricciardo. Nico Rosberg, who's won here at Hockenheim before, world champion, of course, and with us this weekend. I dare say, Nico, I'd like you to summarise your highlights of the opening 40 laps, but we've only got another 23 laps for you to do that. And look, there is the Renault of Nico Hulkenberg, who you sat down with just yesterday to talk about his home Grand Prix, and he's ending his home Grand Prix in the barriers, and another car in the barriers at the final corner. Oh, what a race this is
another
turning
safety
into.
Car. That'll be another safety car then. It's exactly the same situation. He's dug a hole like he's building a sandcastle on the beach on a Sunday afternoon. And then presumably it's going to be the same thing. A little bit of oversteer. That's just plain understeered off, hasn't it? And then that's caught him out. And then he actually hitting the brakes was the worst thing he could do at that point.
Nico Rosberg, what a feeling, what a horrendous feeling that must be in your home Grand Prix. As for the second year running, a German driver crashes out in their home Grand Prix.
That's so terrible for him. I was just about to say, like, what a phenomenal run he's having. He would so have deserved to finally maybe have a chance even for the podium, because we still don't know what penalties Lewis is going to have. Oh my God, that's heartbreaking. Poor guy.
Oh, it is heartbreaking. It is a race of heartbreaks today. You have to agree to their rules. They said, no, we're a completely independent team. We're not going to be here just for Mercedes. Oh,
my God, this guy is incredible. He will never learn.
What is it doing?
Well, at least they're still running, which is not something you could say after Silverstone last time out, but
no,
they obviously, neither of them have listened to the words of Gunther Steiner in the build-up to this race.
They managed to connect twice on the opening lap in Silverstone. Terminally, effectively, in the end. And
oh, that's sliding out, that's Valtteri Bottas! Bottas is out of the race!
Safety car.
There'll be another safety car here. Oh, and Toto Wolff bangs his fist on the desk in front of him as Valtteri Bottas, pushing hard to catch Lance Stroll, has spun off into the barriers, and this 200th Formula One Grand Prix for Mercedes is one they will want to forget in a hurry.
Everything okay, Valtteri?
Yeah, all good. Oh, sorry, guys.
Extraordinary. Lewis is down in 15th, also known this afternoon as last place at the moment, and Valtteri is out. Valtteri Bottas is going to be the same thing, I guess. He's going to touch a bit of water. He runs a bit wide. It's the same spin that Lewis had, but it sort of materialised in a different way, and boom.
Oh,
So yeah, just catching that. You can see the slightly damper track there, just enough to loosen off the heavily loaded left rear tyre, straight to the scene of the accident.
and spinning around, no chance to stop, and that is Valtteri Bottas's 22 race finishing and scoring streak gone in a heartbeat. Is powerless to defend. The speed of the Ferrari carries Sebastian Vettel past, and you're either wearing orange at Hockenheim or you're wearing red at Hockenheim, and it's the red fans that are absolutely loving that one, because the homegrown hero is up into the podium. And they're going wide, that's Gasly. There's a problem there with his front wing.
He tried to overtake the Toro Rosso down into turn 6. I just saw that before. I think they might have touched Crofty.
So we'll see in a moment, but definitely the front wing dragging along the ground as Pierre Gasly comes to a halt. We can see it now, down towards the hairpin. Alex Albon ahead of Gasly.
Okay, so he tried to go around the outside. That's the bit I saw, just as the camera pulled away. But watch this. He's going to stay in the slipstream. And I think he just runs into the back of him as he pulls to the right.
He does.
No!
Oh!
So Albon went for the defence, and Gasly was going to the right. They both went right together.
And that caps a pretty miserable afternoon for Pierre Gasly, it has to be said.
By the way, he didn't lose that position to Albon before. He was on the attack around turn 8.